back to Live at 5 and some more news tonight for film buffs in the Maritimes, and it could have a lot to do with that picture you're seeing from our live eye, the old NS power plant down on Lower Water Street in Halifax. Nova Scotians may soon see a Hollywood-type soundstage in operation in Halifax.
And it could very well be housed in the old Nova Scotia Power substation on the waterfront, which you just saw. A consortium called Electropolis Studios is the group that's been chosen to negotiate a deal with the province's Film Development Corporation. We talked to some of those involved today.
Behind the large windows is the major turbine hall, which will be the Studio A.
Lights, camera, action. It doesn't look the part, but this practically abandoned Nova Scotia Power generating station could soon be playing host to movie makers as an indoor soundstage, if a consortium made up of Nova Scotia Power and some local producers has its way.
The fact that we're on the water here, does that make a difference?
I think it makes a huge difference. It gives you a lot of different possibilities within, you know, a half an hour, an hour's travel by a relatively fast boat.
Also involved in this bid is local producer Paul Donovan of Salter Street Films.
171 Hotel, take 2, A and B, common marker.
While a lot of movie making is done on location, many things must be done inside. For example, when the movie Dolores Claiborne was shot in Nova Scotia, they had to use a Wolfville arena to record an eclipse scene. A permanent facility for shooting and recording sound, say producers, could bring a lot more film business to the province.
If you can do stuff indoors where you're not subject to weather delays and those kind of things, you're much better off.
We need to be able to shoot year-round. The soundstage allows us to do that. It also allows us to be an attractive destination for American or other Canadian productions, or European productions for that matter.
And so today it was announced that the Film Development Corporation has chosen Electropolis Studios as the most promising of those proposals on a short list. But Electropolis must now enter a period of negotiation with the Film Corporation before anything's finalized. Meanwhile, the province of Nova Scotia has pledged to help with the financing of this project to some extent, but they still haven't placed a final price tag on that commitment.
We feel that this will stimulate the production of movies in Nova Scotia, and therefore it's part of our plan to increase jobs in that sector.
So again, nothing's been finalized. It is expected the negotiations between the Film Corporation and Electropolis will take a couple of weeks. If they're successful, the soundstage could be up and running sometime this summer. If they're not successful, then a number of things might happen. They might move on to the second choice in attempts to negotiate or repeat the process or drop it altogether, which nobody wants to see happen.
Geez, everything dealing with movies today is a little confusing for some reason. So now we're not completely sure about the soundstage, but this is a step towards it. And I remember on Live at 5 we did a story recently on the Dark Zone, a program, a science fiction, actually looks really exciting, that's being developed by City TV in Toronto. I understand that they would be looking at the soundstage for a project like that.
Well, when we asked them today, Electropolis said, when we asked what projects might make use of the soundstage, if it does come into being, the Dark Zone was one of the series that they mentioned would probably be working there.
Exciting times ahead, if we ever get it nailed down, or as they say in filmdom, print that one. Lots more to come on Live at 5, including computer innovation here in the Maritimes. Yvonne Colbert on your side, and Steve Weigel with the Maritime Weather Forecast.